This is just a quick overview of the SEO plugin that we recommend for WordPress. We use it frequently and highly recommend it. The name of the plugin is WordPress SEO by Yoast. It's pretty easy to find. It's a pretty well respected developer and used, I think, quite often. Shouldn't have any problem finding it and installing it. Once it's installed, you'll see this SEO nav item. If you click on it, you get to the dashboard. Now, these boxes here are for verification within these various tools. If you're familiar with these, you're probably familiar with uploading a verification file or doing some other sort of action to verify your site in these tools. WordPress SEO makes that easier, but you can just enter your meta values here from each of the tools to verify your sites in those tools. So I'd recommend doing that. If you're not familiar with these, we'll give some more information on those later in another video or post. The main thing I want to talk about in this video, though, are titles and metas and XML sitemap within this plugin. So titles and metas, if you click on that, we would generally, I'm not going to explain all these different things, but generally we would click these two boxes and we would usually check these two boxes, mainly because we don't use these. If you happen to have your site listed in the Yahoo directory or on ODP, you might want to leave those unchecked, but I generally still would recommend checking those, and again, just so you have better control over how your meta descriptions show up in the search results. And once you've checked those things, you can save settings, and then for the page titles, and this actually, page titles and metas, this plugin allows you to set up templates for your titles, where normally it would just show page name or a post name in the title. You can add some other information here, and it comes set pretty well. Actually, I normally don't change anything with the page titles unless there's some reason to have a site description that I don't want in the page title or something like that. But generally I would leave them the same. What I do normally do, though, is add this tag to all of the meta description fields in these various tabs. So when you first install it, this field will be blank. If you come over here to the Help tab, there are various tags here that you can use to put in these fields. And this excerpt one is the one we use for the meta descriptions. It just generally tries to pull an excerpt of the content of the page and insert it as the meta description for that page. Now, I wouldn't normally recommend that long-term for SEO, but it's a good quick solution to get meta descriptions on all of your pages. And so I'd recommend putting that, and you can see here there's a meta description template field on all of these different post types and taxonomies. I didn't put it in here, but I would add that to all those different fields. So that's the quick and dirty of page titles. XML sitemaps, this is important for SEO as well, and you want to make sure that this checkbox is checked. I generally would check both of these boxes. This gets a little bit more complicated, but generally I would check these boxes. It's basically going to exclude the search engines from these pages. And the reason for that is the reason I check these is to avoid duplicate content issues. So I generally would check those, save settings. You can click here to view your sitemap. And that's basically it. There are some other options here. I encourage you to look through those, and of course feel free to ask us questions in the comments or contact form or email.